Listen, bases loaded, bottom of the ninth. I want to do my first cologne review that I purchased that is one of my signature scents. And before we go any further, once again, what I did was I went on microperfumes.com and I got the sample for $9. You're free to put $9 in the chat. So from $9, I was able to make this decision. Now, this bottle costs $410. With tax in the store, $440. Now, this is what I love about this channel. If I buy a cologne bottle for $410, I get to give a real review on it, a long review on it, and multiple reviews on it, because this is one of my signature scents. And right now, I'm also on the way to pick up another bottle. And, you know, Louis Vuitton, they have their ouds. This is a oud. This is a part of the oud collection, which means oil base, stronger. And then you also have other fragrances that are lighter, that are not oil based, but still effective as well. Right now, on my mind, top three will probably be Imagination, Afternoon Swim, or Pacific Chill, or Lovers. Top four, it's going to be a hard decision. But with that being said, the thing that I love about the Louis Vuitton store is the price you pay is not the price you pay when you refill. If you love a bottle and just say it's like Baccarat Rouge or whatever bottle, and it costs $500, $600, 9 out of 10 when you come back, if you love the fragrance, if you've been wearing it, like I've been wearing mine, as you can tell, the bottle is almost under a little bit under half. This is how much I love this fragrance. Louis Vuitton actually refills for half the price. So this bottle was $440. So if I go back to refill it, which I eventually will, it will be $280. That's one thing I love about the Louis Vuitton cologne brand as opposed to other brands that are a little bit pricey. And $300 for cologne is a little bit pricey. $400 for cologne is a little bit pricey. But when you go back, they work with you. They show, and that's what I call showing love. You're going to let me refill the bottle, not for $440, but for $280. That's what's up. And the bottle I'm going to pick up today is probably going to cost about $310 if I don't get another oud. But eventually I'm going to get another oud. But if you buy a bottle for $310, when you go back, it's cheaper than that. I think the refill is about, $200. But with that being said, let's talk about Ombre Nomade. First of all, it's strong. It's loud. So many people, so many compliments. It's ridiculous. So where do we start? The first time I wore this fragrance, it was a lady. She was in Aldi's. We're going to tell you how it performs. She was with her newborn baby. A woman with her newborn baby is very protective. And if you're not a family member, they're not going to stop. They're not going to say anything to you. She was with a newborn baby. She stopped the car. She's like, wow, what are you wearing? What do you have on? So it's loud like that. She had to stop the shopping cart, newborn baby and all. She's like, wow, this is loud. Second time, still from the sample spray, I sprayed it on my shirt. It stayed in my shirt for 2 days. So this fragrance right here, to everybody, you have to understand, if you don't wash your shirt, it's never leaving your shirt. And I'm going to say that again. If you do not wash your shirt, it's never going to leave your shirt. The fragrance literally stays in your shirt. See, my main thing is people, especially me, I'm here in Phoenix, I'm in the desert. So as far as performance on the skin, I'm more concerned with performance on the shirt. And I'm going to say this again. When it comes to cologne, when it comes to the performance on the skin, I'm more concerned about the performance on the shirt. And this cologne, I guarantee you, I'm not a spokesman for Louis Vuitton. They do not pay me. They don't need to pay me. But I like a cologne that's going to last. And this is going to last in your shirt for about a week. More than 2 days. It's going to last for about a week. So that's what made me make this final decision. When I realized, wow, this is still on my shirt for about 3 days, 4 days. I'm like, this is a cologne that I want. Never been in a Louis store, walked in a Louis store, had a great sales rep. And in Scottsdale, she was amazing. Made the transition seamless. So after I purchased the bottle, I wore it out to the store. Older woman was like, I was always taught, I never heard this one, but she was like, I was always taught when a man smells good, you let him know. Older woman giving compliments. Even men, I had men was like, listen, I usually don't tell a man he smells good, but man, whatever you're wearing, it smells good. So we had men who don't even give compliments, giving compliments. It was crazy. Taxi driver, 2 taxi drivers at that. One black driver SUV. No, he was in a Suburban black. He wasn't black, but he was Indian. Not that it matters. But when I got out the car, he's like, man, before you go, can you give me the name of your fragrance? Other taxi driver. Wasn't really talking the whole night. Got out the car. I mean, like I said, taxi drivers are not forced to speak. Got out the car. One thing he did say for sure, man, what fragrance are you wearing? Pool party. We're just going to go through the compliments. Pool party. Walked past. This woman was like, it has to be you. I'm like, what you mean? She's like, I've been following the smell with my nose. And it has to be you. Same thing. In line. Another person behind me. The guy was like, I don't know who has this cologne on, but man, one of you guys smell good. Same thing. It's loud. It will literally light up a room. It will literally light up a car. And another thing too, when I was at the pool party, the woman asked me to sit down. So I sat down. She later told me that she had to literally take a shower because she was smelling like my fragrance. So it's loud. And it stays. If you invite somebody to your house, not that it's in your house, it's probably gonna be smelling like Ombre Nomade. One thing for sure, this is for all cologne connoisseurs. Not being funny, but if your woman gives a guy wearing Ombre Nomade a hug and she comes back to you, she's going to be smelling like Ombre Nomade, and that's going to add insult to injury. Once again, that's going to add insult to injury. So this fragrance, all in a nutshell, was it worth $410 and a refill for $220? I would say yes, because my channel is called Mr. Loud. I'm looking for the loudest fragrance in the world. If you guys also know some loud fragrance that lasts, has longevity, let me know. As far as right now with the cologne collection, I think I will stay with the Louis Vuitton family, only because also too, when you mix the oud with a lighter fragrance, man, it's priceless. But like I said, I love the fact that when you go back to refill the bottle, they actually meet you halfway and they work with you and drop the price. I definitely do like that. But as far as Ombre Nomade itself, very strong fragrance, very masculine fragrance. I suggest that anybody can wear this fragrance. If you're in college, you can wear this fragrance. I'm not sure if it's in a college budget, but if you're in college, you will wear this fragrance. Now, the reason I'm happy to go back to Louis Vuitton store is if I wasn't doing cologne reviews, I probably would have used the fragrance a little bit. I probably would have preserved it a little bit more. But the fact that I do cologne reviews, I'm excited to get another cologne. So I use this fragrance every day. I spray this fragrance every day. And you're probably thinking, Mr. Gibbons, but how many sprays did you do? I did about, I wouldn't even lie to you, about 10 sprays. And it's really strong. So that goes to show you my mindset when I step out. Listen, I feel like scent is the strongest thing tied next to memory. And since I've been wearing this fragrance, man, it's like I love smelling myself. First things first, too. Like I said, the compliments are great, but I do it for myself. And this fragrance is definitely for self. Some people might say they might not like the oud. Honestly, I don't really care what they say. Matter of fact, the lady at the sales store at the Louis Vuitton, she was like, the oud gives her a headache. Thanks for the sale. Hand me the receipt. I don't care what she has to say. She's a great lady. But for me, this is my top signature fragrance. Now, would I refill the bottle? I think I would, but there is another oud out there called Louis Vuitton Rose. And there's also one in the desert too that smells great. So I don't know if I'm going to move on from Ombre Nomade, but I will probably just refill the bottle just in case they change. Matter of fact, I'll talk to the lady and I'm gonna ask, how long would this be out for a season? Because I know they do seasons. But with that being said, definitely one top 5 performer. And eventually my goal on this channel is to get top 5 colognes. And my goal is when I step out, spray each of my top 5, mix it up, smell like one of a kind. But I definitely got to be honest, this bottle was definitely worth every penny. Every penny, smell good, look good, smell good, perform good. 9 out of 10. To me, that's the formula for success. Looking good, feeling good, smelling good, looking clean. It all goes hand in hand. Louis Vuitton, Ombre Nomade. Once again, shout out to Michael Perfumes for the sample and allowing me to smell this great fragrance for $9. Because honestly, if it wasn't for the sample, would I have purchased this bottle? Probably absolutely not. Absolutely not. And another thing I want to say too is when you go to the store and they give you the little sample strips, you're not going to really understand how it performs until you actually wear it. So the cool thing about this is I was able to wear it before I actually purchased a bottle, which made all the difference. And the little bit that I have left, I'm gonna actually save that for my trip. I will be on the road traveling. So I'm gonna save a little bit for my trip. And what I'm gonna do is, the cool thing about this fragrance, if you mix it with another fragrance, it's beautiful, beautiful. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get another fragrance and I'm gonna keep this last, but I'm gonna just use it as a mixture. With this fragrance, even though I put 10 sprays, all you need is about 1 or 2. 1 or 2 is gonna do the job. But listen, sometimes everybody's different. I love to go overboard. That's just me. That's just me. I love to go overboard. So the fragrance that I'm actually about to pick up today, I'm actually going to mix that with the last of the Ombre Nomade. And I'm gonna keep you guys posted with this channel. And the cool thing about having signature fragrances too is I believe that it's key. It's just set for the year. Like I said, this is my first fragrance. This is the only bottle I'm using. Sometimes if there's like a Zara sample or something for daily use, I might just throw that. But this is my top signature sample so far. So as far as knowing your signature scent, that's cool because you're good for the year. You don't have to worry about cologne. So I'm gonna pick up 4 more fragrances, and that's my starting 5. Once you got your starting 5, you don't have to worry about cologne. Now, I understand you're gonna see a lot of cologne channels. They're gonna have 100 colognes in the background, and that's cool and all. Nope, like, let them keep doing what they're doing. Me, I'm not focused on quantity. I'm focused on quality. And at the end of the day, if you got, and just say these colognes are raging for 300, you do the math. 300 times 8, 300 times 10. It's still a good price to change. But the cool thing about having a starting 5, that's what I like to call it, or having a bench too. You got an extra 5 on the back burner. The cool thing about that is you don't have to worry about cologne ever again. Get your signature fragrance. Get the fragrances that you like, and it's gonna save you a lot of money in the long run. Blind buys. I don't really do blind buys. Some people do. I understand it's a thrill and it's excitement, but listen, I work hard for my money. That's why I'm doing YouTube, and every penny counts. And when I say that, every penny counts. I tried the afternoon swim. I tried the Pacific chill. I wore the imagination. So I know how these perform. So when I go today to the Louis Vuitton store, it's not going to be a blind buy. You guys can do whatever you want to do. But like I said, fact check everything with microperfumes.com. Or if you like a cologne, all you have to do is go type in that cologne and type in the travel spray of that cologne. They got travel sprays, Baccarat Rouge. They got travel sprays from cologne that cost up to $600. You might pay $13 or $17, but I don't care. If you could smell like a $600 bottle for one night or one weekend, listen, that's priceless. In the year 2024, all that I could say is, what a time to be alive. Ombre Nomade, thanks for the experience. Whoever created Ombre Nomade, I want to say thanks for the experience, because it was definitely the experience. And the cool thing about this is, like I said, it's loud. It's loud. It has a little rose in it. And as far as the notes, we'll probably do a part 2. This is part 1. Nice lengthy video, but I just had to give an honest review, and I'm on the way to get my second bottle.